Howdy, folks. Wonder Montage Survival here. This is episode 2 of Libby Underhill in Louisville. In the last episode, we kind of got some of the basics kind of set up for her, and today is going to kind of be a little bit more of the same of that. Going to kind of return to the spawn neighborhood and get a little bit of stuff there. But first, I'm going to pick up a bunch of curtains over here in the 5 houses that are just by the house. Yeah, you guys saw me in the first episode just come over here and do some basic looting, and this is just a little bit of the kind of follow-up. Kind of end up hitting a lot of areas multiple times. If I am, or not areas, but like neighborhoods, multiple times. I kind of find that the scavenging is best done in like stages. Usually the first stage is to get, especially like perishables, entertainment, weapons, things of that sort. And then I'll usually kind of come back and pick up things that really catch my eye, like certain pieces of furniture. And this time around, it's just going to be for curtains, which we need back at the main house. We're also just going to end up doing a little bit of curtain pickup when we go back to the spawn neighborhood. Beautification is just an ongoing process, you know. It's not just a thing that you attend to once. You're always kind of wanting to evolve, like, the sort of space that you have. Already happy with some of the plants that we have picked up that have ended up just in the foyer. Eager to get some carpentry underway as well. There were a large number of white curtains in the neighborhood, and so I decided to turn a couple of them into sheets. Those will end up on the front and back doors. Yeah. Because, yeah, you can use the remove curtain interaction in, like, the drop-down menu. Just to turn curtains into sheets, and then you can use the pickup item, or like pickup furniture feature to like turn them, to keep them as the curtain that they are. I don't really know how to say that. It sounds silly. I don't know. And all in all, like, the scavenging episode was not particularly troublesome or worrisome. It was just kind of a, I don't know what I'm trying to say. We got a lot of good, like, perishable food out of the whole thing, which was really nice. I was also very impressed with how I did this episode. I actually did it all in one sitting, which is a little unusual for me. I usually play a day or two at a time, but I don't know, circumstances at home kind of made me want to just hang out, get all of the stuff I was doing kind of out of the way. See, we ended up just getting a lot of stuff. Here I'm, in the last one, we kind of did I believe it was 5 houses and 5 garages on the south side, and then of the block, and we did one of the houses on this row. And so today we're going to finish up. We're going to do these 2 houses, and this 1 garage. and then I'm going to continue my way into the cul-de-sac right there. And just to give you guys something to kind of anticipate, we will set off an alarm in one of these houses, which is always very exciting. Gets to draw a large number of zombies into the area. However, when I ended up coming back, I was surprised at how few there were. It's always kind of surprising to me when I play in Louisville how kind of little killing it feels like I end up doing, but I think that's a little bit due to the nature of like urban gameplay. You kind of don't want, like, whereas in rural gameplay or like playing out in the county or in the towns, it's kind of easy to be like, okay, there's this like I can draw as many as I want, and then if I pick up, oh, we found a microwave. You can pull as many as you want, and if the situation starts looking very hairy, it's like easy to dip out into the woods, but because in general it's a little harder to like make an escape into the woods when you're in Louisville. I feel like they call it like the stealth component of the game. There isn't really like a stealth component in the game, like all too much. I feel like it's more like a retreat and come back to fight later kind of component. I feel because that is like the situation on the ground. In Louisville, you end up kind of avoiding pulling big crowds. Oh, I guess it wasn't today. My bad. We found a second generator too, which is very exciting. Now, once the power goes out, we'll be able to power a gas station, which if you like don't know, if you don't play the game, or oh, this was also very stressful, actually. I'll get back to the generator thing in a moment. I like fat fingered a piece of raw salmon, and my character has weak stomach, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm absolutely just gonna die of food poisoning, like right here. And I hope that it is programmed like that the Indie Stone kind of realizes it's easy to fat finger raw food. It's kind of absurd. Like, I mean, it felt like I double clicked and missed, or I single clicked and missed it, and so did a double click, and started eating it. Like I caught it immediately. So I hope that they kind of realize that that's an issue, and make sure that you don't just die from like accidentally licking raw food. Obviously in real life it's not as forgiving, but also like, I don't know, like last night I was at a party where we had like French like chicken legs, and just looking at them the whole time I was just like, ugh. I mean, I know they'll be delicious when we eat them, but you know, ugh, raw meat. The generator thing I was talking about is like you need a generator and a little bit of gas in order to pull gas from a gas station. After the power goes out in the game, you cannot just like go up to a gas station and get the gas from it. You have to have some sort of power supply there in order to turn on the pumps. So you either need one generator that you're willing to haul around, or a second one to get power going to the gas station. So usually having one there is kind of critical. So I decided today we're going to listen to the ABS, even though I know we're a little early for the helicopter event, just like kind of get ourselves into the headspace of listening to the automated broadcast system. For those not in the know, the automated broadcast system is a random bandwidth in the game that, unlike all the other radio stations, which are like at preset frequencies, the automated broadcast system changes which frequency it's at from one save file to the next. It contains information on the weather for the day and for tomorrow. It'll tell you whether there's thick fog or fog on this day of play or tomorrow. And it'll warn you if there's thunderstorms in the next 5 days and if the helicopter is coming today. And that's very critical information for us because I play with helicopter on sometimes. I think it adds a little bit to the overall kind of excitement of the game. So yeah, we're back now in the spawn neighborhood. And I'm just looking for very basic supplies at this point. Again, more perishable foods, skill building books, weapons. We're kind of looking for a sledgehammer, and I'm thinking that these garages might be a good spot to locate a sledgehammer. And it's this house. The alarm goes off, and I'm fairly used to it. I just know, you dip out one way or another. We have the car, so that's going to be our mode of escape. But as I drove down this block, there were just a lot of zombies lined up right here, and I didn't really know what to make of that. It was definitely kind of concerning. So it's going to kind of be a priority to get out there and kill some of them. But I just go, my general thought is, if you set off an alarm, you can kind of go to the next spot that you're thinking about kind of looting, or just go kind of elsewhere. And so I kind of come back to the little commercial zone that we'd been at in the first episode. And we go through the first two houses. I was a little sad because I missed that episode of Life and Living. I didn't find a lot. Oh, I guess I lie. I come back for the garbage bag. My divorcee look. My recently divorced look. Get some plants. Just get some things that we'll kind of decorate the house with. A couple of skill books, that whole deal. I even was contemplating, I take these flamingos, but I was contemplating also taking one of the rugs, either in this house or the next one, because they both look quite cool. Probably end up back here at some point. I might just do that for the sake of doing it. Also with this satchel, it's been really annoying because even if you just have 11 of the 15 units full, you're immediately encumbered, just because the weight reduction is not all that much. I literally have a pretty light load of clothes on and some fairly light weapons, and I pull out my book just to do some skill building, and I'm encumbered. So we look across the street right here, and I noticed that this is a survivor house right here. And I got very excited because with the the loot spawns turn how they are, I mean, this place is probably going to end up being just filled with weapons. And I was very, very correct about that. So I unbarricaded the door, and it was locked. So I tried to get in through another window and couldn't. Or I'm sorry, the zombies there broke down the door in time, and we got a large backpack. And this is a huge upgrade for me. I think the only bigger backpack is the military backpack, which holds one additional unit and is camo. This place is full of machetes and baseball bats, and there's a lot of ammo as well. So I just start taking as much stuff as I can, and we end up also finding a sledgehammer in one of the units, in one of the containers here. As far as like very early needs are concerned, we have every base like already covered. So like moving forward, we're basically ready to kind of go wherever it is that we like want to go. Like the world is now our oyster. And having remembered that there were so many zombies along that one road, I decided I wanted to take a back road. I saw this camper, and at first I was like, it is obviously one of those, like, everything spawned at 10% durability kind of deal. But I went inside, and it is like, it's got the 12 square unit size, which I've only ever been able to play a character at, in the 8 square unit camper, and I'm just like, this is incredible. Like, I'm probably not going to have like an immediate need for this thing, but if I can find like another car that I can do mechanics and like some metalworking on to get both those skills up, this thing would be a really good tool just to be able to like get around the city with and have an area that I can consistently kind of call home. I'm a little embarrassed by my backup job here. We're not going to talk about it. I don't actually drive trucks. I understand some of the general premises behind how you do the stuff with them, and I might come back and fix that. I really don't know. It does look really bad where it is right now. I just don't know where I'm going to set it. I'm going to drink some water. But I'd say overall then, like, the house alarm that went off was kind of one of the coolest, like, inadvertent boons of this whole episode. Like, we found both a survivor house that had a sledgehammer and the very dilapidated trailer, and I'm kind of at the point now where I'm thinking I might spend part of a day, like, in the woods, and might fell some trees and get a lot of planks and start boarding up the outside of the house, just in the event that one of the hordes from Louisville makes its way over, especially just having seen that large group that coalesced along the one road that comes over to our house. fact, I'm thinking about that group right now as I'm playing the game, and I kind of decide, let's just go take care of that group, because it's scary, and I don't like that being around. So that's going to be the move for today. After kind of finishing up some of the inventory management, we're gonna again listen to the ABS. I'm just worried about there being like a thunderstorm coming. I would like to be a little preemptive in catching it. Having a rainy day come through is usually the best time to go and plant a garden. I have some seeds at this point, and it is just good to kind of get your long-term food situation like settled. Like, I understand I do have, like, I've only been collecting perishable food so far, which is great for our cooking, and will help us in the long term, but what am I saying? In the short term. Like, having food in the short term is good, but also just having like additional modes of food coming in is very helpful. It's also one of again, how I was talking at the beginning of the episode about kind of like having different types of scavenging that I'll do as I'm going through neighborhoods. Like, normally I will start doing perishable food and then leave all the non-perishable food, so that later on when I come in and I'm doing a lot of like disassembling and like furniture hunting, I can also collect all of the non-perishable food. Non-perishable food is really like weight intensive. Just end up needing to collect a lot more of it. You guys couldn't see, but I don't think that zombie did hit me, but I was like, I did not think that she was close enough to actually have gotten me. But so today we're gonna go down this stretch of road, and we're just gonna kind of clear out the horde that we had seen over here, which is fun. It's kind of an excuse to get to use one of the kukris that we found. I think once this kukri breaks, we'll end up switching over to the rancher machetes, because they're a little bit weaker, and just using a weaker, I think it's kind of better to use your weaker weapons early on, actually, and like your stuff that's in lower condition, and then saving your stronger weapons for when your skills are looking better, just because it's a more efficient use of them, and especially when you have more maintenance, you'll go through the durability a lot less quickly. So when we eventually do find like a katana or some other cool weapon, like, that will be the it'll just be it'll be a more effective weapon. And it was a lot fewer than I'd thought. Like, just eyeballing it as I was driving through, I was like, this must be about 60 or 80 zombies, and it really only felt like it was about 40. But maybe, like, my having driven through kind of dispersed them or brought them down. This way, it's a little hard to necessarily say. I'm trying to think of what else is going to kind of be forthcoming. I'm not really certain. Probably going to keep clearing out this neighborhood. I mean, it's just like, it's proximate, and while there is still fresh food to like be gathered, I kind of feel like it's smart to be gathering it, just because like, it's just better to have food than to not have food. Um, Having food covered just means all other factors considered, like food is going to be one of the things that kind of lets you let a character pop off, I guess. So we come back into the neighborhood, and are just gonna investigate whether the alarm had really drawn a lot of zombies into the area, and there's a little crowd kind of outside the place, but it's not like a lot. Also, if you see David the Gnome over there, we're gonna end up taking David the Gnome. I forgot it was raining today. I guess I could have done some planting today, but it wasn't like a lot of rain. It was just kind of like a little spitting here and there. I kind of hate like planting on the days where it spits, because even though the game says like, oh, you know, rain will clear up in the afternoon, it's like, well, it could clear up at like 1 p.m. or it could like stop at 1 and then kind of pick up again at 5. It's like hard to gauge like how much water you're going to necessarily get out of like light rain. The other thing that's been kind of interesting so far in this run is the temperature is not really spiked so far. Like, the temperature range in game has been kind of similar to what it's been like in real life while I've been recording this, which is in November, which I thought was kind of interesting. Because you kind of have to, like, I feel like in real life I respond to temperature change a little poorly, kind of like a baby. I have to be like swaddled in an extra layer, and even when it's like really hot out, I'm still kind of running around in real life in like a t-shirt and jeans. But then in game, it's like 12 degrees C, and I'm in like shorts and like a tank top, and my character's like sweating like the dickens. And I just be like, ooh, it's so nippy out. But so we'll end up, I'll stay out a little late tonight just to finish up the cul-de-sac, just to have it wrapped up. No reason not to have it finished. I also realized I missed a green curtain, but it really doesn't matter. There's gonna be plenty of green curtains. Louisville's a big place. There's a lot of big looting to be had. Trying to think about what else to kind of say here in the wrap up. Not much, really. Even though I feel like this character has been a little undirected is kind of the right word. Like, I'm only really focusing on like building the base and establishing the sort of foundation for like a long-term kind of character. We haven't really done anything that's like particularly interesting, but I mean, Louisville's a big place, so there's like a lot of points of interest that we'll get to head to as time progresses. This is also like, and I know I said this in the last episode, but this is one of my favorite like houses in the game, so I'm just very happy to get to be playing here. Enjoying just picking up lots of little gubbins and dropping them around the house. Found that backgammon board and a video game. anyways, I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. I hope your day's going well. Take care, y'all. Bye.